Well, we're really excited to have yet another interview. We're just so happy we've been able to have so many interviews with so many members that are having these great experiences, growing their accounts, all different walks of life, all different parts of the world. And we're just grateful today to be able to spend some time with Richard there from Italy. Thanks, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Are you there, Richard?
Hi, Steve. Hi, Wade.
Oh, there.
It's a pleasure for me. Yeah, here I am.
Awesome, awesome. So again, thanks for your time here. We're excited to get started. So to kick it off, you've got an interesting story to tell. What do you do besides trading? And then just a quick follow up as you're answering that. How long have you been trading the forex?
And how did you hear about us?
Okay, so I'm Richard. I live in Italy, and I'm not a trader. I'm not a professional trader, and for a living, I'm a career firefighter. So that's what I do during for 20 years and so on over here.
Oh, wow.
And why did I decide to approach the forex and so on and the trading? Well, it was a friend of mine who just talked about it, and I'm interested in earning extra because I do have some spare time. And it's been since January 2012 where I started, trying to figure out how it worked because I didn't have a clue. So I'm a complete novice to this kind of world. And I spent quite a few months, let's say, I think about 7 or 8 months until roughly August, scouting around the internet, trying to read some books and e-books and so and so and so. And I think I'm one of those lucky ones that didn't put any money into it because I've heard so many stories of people, losing money or wasting money trying to trade. What I did, I spent my spare time just trying to learn something and trying to figure out which was the best way before starting. And I bumped into a website, and it was the Forex the Peace Army, and I was reading a review, an amazing review about your system, and then I checked your website, and it convinced me to start because I knew that to do this you need some education. It's just something you can't do just with a 5-minute, 1 hour, or a 2-day study book or something like that. It takes time, and I just jumped in and started with you, and I was really amazed with what I found on what you offer as education. That's how I basically started, and this was middle September 2012 when I started learning, and that's it. So,
Wow. Okay. Well, Richard, this is Wade.
yeah.
Gosh, you just answered, one of my questions, and I still can't get over this sometimes because we weren't 100% sure whether we had put together, something that basically a beginner could follow because we had all these different ideas about how we wanted to go about doing that. Oh, let's do a beginner course, all that kind of stuff. But then we kept on saying to ourselves, if somebody just comes in and they don't know anything and they just do what the course says to do and follow the rules and get it down, you're one of the, we said this about Chris, but you're one of the lucky ones too because you've got to find a right way to trade, to build good habits, everything right out of the gate. And those horror stories that you hear about is just so common because people go in there without the proper training. They don't find a good system for whatever reason. They end up losing a lot of money going live way, way, way before they ever should. And that doesn't happen to someone that follows the path that you took. And so it's really cool because now we know that we have something to offer beginner traders, medium, and definitely advanced as well. So I'm really curious. Okay, you've been doing pretty darn good, and you've only been with us for a short time. How were you able to, conquer the training and what have you been doing, as far as the services that we offer that have allowed you to, capture the pips and everything that you've been able to do so far?
Well, let me say this. my job takes quite a lot of time, and I do have spare time, but I can't put in all the time I would like to. But that's okay, because in this moment I wasn't really looking for do this as a full-time job. That was my first schedule and my first target. When I bumped into the website, well, after a few months of reading the basics of the Forex and how the market works and so on, well, that was okay. I think anybody can master that with just reading a few books and going through the internet. What astonished me was the simplicity of and how clear your training course was. I mean, the training course itself is split up into different topics, and I stuck to your schedule as well, which was follow it once, follow it twice. Don't take any notes or anything. Don't take any pen and paper. And I started, and that's what I did. And it was so easy to just to get into seeing what I should see on the charts, the patterns and the moving averages and the MACD3 and the MACD in the bottom of the chart and so on. Of course, it takes your time to build and see the big picture together. You have to stay on. You have to take your time on every single topic, and after it comes kind of a second nature, and you see the full picture together. Anyway, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not difficult at all, even for a novice like me or a complete newbie to the Forex world. I would like to add on that I'm not.
Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Well, I'm dedicating about roughly 25% of my time to this, and that's quite a short time, anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, for sure. So I'm curious, and I'm sure that our listeners would love to hear this. Sounds like you don't have a horror story. Sounds like a new person can actually come in here with no baggage, no bad habits, no knowledge that they're bringing in from other stuff that's going to mess with their head. And you did exactly verbatim to the T, word for word, letter by letter of what we said to do. And folks, believe it or not, that's why our membership site is set up the way that it is. There's not a single tab in there, a single anything in there that isn't there for a reason. And there's a MACD3 success plan, and that's what Richard follows. So great job, Richard.
Yeah.
Good job for sticking to the path. I'm sure that everybody wants to hear, and I especially do. Tell us about your game since inception. What's been that experience? What's the numbers? Tips?
Well, I'll tell you my plan. I started with the first subscription September, just a month. I just wanted to test it because I didn't know if I was going to get into this. And then I reconfirmed another month, and I started getting to your 3 months, and now 6 months. And why I did this? Because my first target was, let's say, I wanted to open a live account just with a few €100, so a micro account with micro lots and just trading very, very small amounts. But that was enough. That was just to feel the psychological side of it as well, because you need the pressure on yourself to test the system as well.
Right.
You can't just keep going on demo. So I wanted to do it with just a small amount of money, which was affordable as well, without exaggerating. And my goal was just to try and repay the training course. Well, because I knew that good education is not free, and and it shouldn't be free, and it needs to be paid for. That has to be fair. And so I said, okay, if I can get into this, learn it, and also get from the market the money to pay for the training, I'll be really happy. But I went a lot more further on.
Sure.
And my account in the last 5 months just boosted. I'm quite a high percentage, I think. I don't know if it's high. I think you should judge this, but I'm doing more than 20, 25% each month. I'm just adding on to my account. And I can also add on that you must, I want to say that so many times, you must stick to the rules. Never break the rules. And what I do as well, which really helped me out, was I use the calculation sheet that you put on the website and use that to set my trading targets. So, because I don't trade every single day, but when I do, I set my targets, and I never risk more than a 2%. It's between 1 and 2 when I trade.
Nice. That's awesome. That's so great. I love hearing that, because you're one of many people who has told us, hey, 20, 25%. And what's great about that is especially in your case, that's just what you expect. That's what we said you could do. That's what you've come and done. Like Wade said, you don't have the baggage. So that's incredible. I mean, people. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I'm laughing to myself because I was thinking, if I stuck to this maybe more hours a day and so on, I don't know where I could go, honestly. But I'm really satisfied. I just don't want to go further on than that. But I'm really satisfied with what's going on. I mean, the system. I trusted you guys when I read what I see in the documentation on the site, and you're absolutely reliable. The webinars are amazing. The fast track are absolutely amazing. I also explained to you that I'm not always I can follow the fast track live, but they're recorded, and you can follow them during your spare time. That's what I do. When I have spare time, I just get onto the site and watch what I need. And if I miss something or if I have any doubts, I just go back and see the video again. That's the good thing about it.
Sure. Yeah, and that's why we put it up there, and we've gotten that back from a lot of people. Now let me ask you this real quick. You were making pips right away. Were you? And I think I see you in there quite a bit, but you come to the live trading webinar quite a bit. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it's during the afternoon here over in Italy. So it's during the New York session, and so when I'm off duty during the afternoons, I try to join the webinars as many times as I can. So. And that's where I'm making a lot of tips as well.
Well, that's what I was going to follow up with is so it sounds like you have a good mix of making quite a few pips, of course, in the live trading webinar, but you're also doing some trading on your own. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I have my time schedule is quite it's a mix-up. So when I get in, I follow the webinar in the afternoon over in Italy, and then maybe the opening of London or during the night as well. So I'm doing a mix of everything. When I can, I just take my time to go through the analysis, the top-down analysis, because that's what masters the system. That's what makes it work. It's not the other way around. I thought that. Staring at the 1 minute chart with the how to do it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. The other way around. You have to start from back testing and looking at what happened years back, and then months and weeks, and that's the analysis you give out, and that's part of the system, and that's where you make the big pips. That's when if you want to make the long runs, you have to do it that way, and that is the way anyway, because the rules and they are not. The good thing is that there aren't so many rules to follow. They are quite simple, and the patterns are only a few. And I think, and I was amazed of how I do it, because I was thinking about how the professionals do it, And I've heard people been in the market for years and years, and I was just wondering how I did it in just a few months.
I could tell you, Steve and I can tell you how you were able to do it in a few months, because I can tell you that. We spent, not to mention the 8 years of accumulated knowledge, but we spent a good 6 months, 12, 15 hours a day in heavy-duty development of the MACD3 system, and we designed it around how the market actually works. So even though there's probably other great ways to trade, we don't know about them, but there probably are. What we do know about this system is that if you learn how the rules are and you learn the system, you're actually doing two things. You're not only learning a great system that's incredibly accurate with low drawdown and high risk to reward, but you're also, and we're trading off the higher time frames, which gives us that smaller stop loss of the 20 to 35 pips that we use. But it's because that's how the market moves. And so when you learn the system, you actually learn how the market moves. That's why it stands the test of time. So one thing I was curious about, you mentioned that you came to our website, and I say this because we do sometimes get people that are skeptical. I mean, actually quite often. And sometimes they don't believe this stuff. And, I'm sure you've looked at our spreadsheet where we put the trade calls that we make with the trading plan and the live trading webinar. In your opinion, would you say that that information is accurate or not?
It's underestimated. I think people can have more success than the average that you say on your website. My average success is around 85, 86%.
Sure.
Nobody can want more than that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm really when you get into trades that just turn around on you. When it happened to me the first time, I went, "Oh gosh, oh no," and now who cares? I'll go on to the next one because the loss is already calculated, and the next trade or two trades later, you got your money back. So what counts is the average of a number of trades. And with this very, very tight stop losses, especially on realignments where it's around 20 pips and the traditional trades, which is around 30, 35, it just depends on how it's working in that moment. They're so tight that if you just stick to the rules, and that's what I keep saying, because I think I was lucky enough that, my job, to do my job, you have to be really, really disciplined. And this is the same. And you have to stick to the rules. And if you don't break the rules and you stick to them, well, the risk is absolutely minimum. And when the trades do come up, and everything's lined up, you just get in and it goes in your favor. That's it.
Richard, you just made me think of a totally different question. And per your own words, how much drawdown on average after you click the button to enter the trade do you usually experience?
No, I didn't get you. What do you mean?
Oh, I said when you get into the trade and you click the button, on average, how many pips does it go against you before it starts going into profit usually?
Well, if you have I've seen on traditional trades where you have 30 pip stop loss, you get, let's say, half of them, around 10, 15, and then it just turns around and it goes in your favor.
Nice.
I mean, they're so accurate when you have, it depends on the trade pattern as well, but they are very, very accurate. So only a few times you get stopped out.
Sure. Definitely. It sounds like you're just having an incredible experience trading. We're excited that,
you want to get a whole bunch of new people, brand new, never traded before.
Yeah, exactly. We're excited that you're brand new and don't have any experience having this kind of success. Now, let me ask you this. This is something that I'm sure everybody has in mind. Somebody like you, successful, disciplined. What would you say your goals are? Where do you see yourself for Forex trading, say, in the next 2 to 5 years?
That's an amazing question. That's an amazing question. I'll just keep my 2 feet on the ground now. Because I could just take off like a rocket. But no, I want to do it step by step still. Keep building up my experience. I still know I haven't mastered everything. Even after, September till now is just a few months, and I'm not there every day. So I'm on 30% of everything. So let's say in my 6 months of training, I've done roughly 2.5. But who knows? Who knows? I just don't want to tell you what I'm thinking, but whoever knows.
we think we know what you're thinking. We just wanted to hear you.
Yeah. Well,
Don't be shy now.
I'm not a youngster anymore. Well, the firefighting business is a tough job, so this could be kind of a pension scheme. Anticipated.
Sure.
Yeah.
All you got to do, Richard, is continue doing the same thing you're doing. Stay humble, follow the rules, and everything is going to be happening exactly the way it's been happening for you. You're going to be one of those lucky few that have no horror story. I wish I were you.
Well, what really scared me at the beginning was, reading. You can find so many things on internet. So many stories and so many scams and so many people talking about, trying to do this and losing, incredible amounts of money, thousands and thousands of dollars, and also people spending thousands of dollars for training as well without receiving anything, just getting basics or not getting any system at all or any coaching. What you offer is absolutely inestimated. It's worth every single dollar or euro, whatever currency you like to get paid in. The training is absolutely amazing and also not only the training and the coaching, also your follow-up as well. Any questions always get answered, and that's important. I mean, you have full customer service as well, which I think you don't really speak about it much, but any questions that have to be, or any topics that need to be answered, you just answer them, and you can do that during live webinars, and you can also get help as well with the other guys who are trading on the London session in the morning, because there's quite a few people there. I'm not in quite often, because my schedule is quite tight, but I've been there a few times, and the other guys give great advice as well, the most experienced ones as well.
Yeah,
that for a newbie is great. I mean, it gives you confidence. You don't have to trade if you don't feel that you're ready, but you can see things you didn't see before.
Yeah, exactly, and that. It is nice that you can, we talk about the chat room. You can get together with the community there and spend some time with other guys who have experience and guys and gals who are trading. One thing that we do like to always, So one thing that we do always like to find out from the interviews that we have is, everybody has a slightly different path when they come in, different plan they followed to some degree within the MACA 3 system. What would you tell a new member who has joined today? What would you tell them to do?
Or even considering joining.
Yeah, or even considering joining. What would you suggest that they do so that they can have an experience similar to what you had?
Well, to be really honest and really fair, you guys are honest. And when I read about the training course, and when I signed up for the first month, because you say, okay, try it for a month, and you got 30-day money-back guarantee. Well, you don't even have to offer that, because even if you do the first month, it's worth every single penny. And so nobody should really ask for their money back. But you in the question and answers area of the website, there is a question which is gave me more confidence, and it made you more reliable. Where it just says the question is, how long is it going to take to learn and master the system, basically. And it's true. You need your time. 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. But that's nothing compared to what the market will give you back if you stay to the system, what the system gives you, and stay to the rules. And then everyone has different ways of learning, and their learning curve. People went quicker than others, but another thing which I've experienced is doing things step by step. You have fourth patterns, you have trade entries, you've introduced a new type of trade entry, which is a transition. but you can just stick to one of those, the first one, which is the P1, the pattern one, and you can start from there, and you can start earning pips straight from the very beginning. I mean, I would say that as soon as you sign up, you're going to start earning pips straight from the beginning. You just stick to the rules.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like if I picked up from what you said that you followed the second tab in the members area, which is the MACD3 success plan, and you followed that to a T. So that's one of the things you did on top of all that stuff, and that's just so awesome, Richard. And Steve and I have to unfortunately close. I could talk to you all day about this stuff.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I think we I enjoy it.
Thank you so much, and I hope that if anybody's listening to this stuff, I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff out there, and I know that people are very skeptical because they've been told this, told that. We purposely don't put a whole bunch of claims on our website. We only talk about the facts. That's it. And the only
and that's why I trusted you, because you tell the truth, and I have the proof now that you tell the truth. I believed it at the beginning, but I know for absolutely sure you're telling absolute truth. And that's rare. That's rare. You know, anyone in business usually tells lies, but this is not yours.
So if you want a career in Forex and you're willing to put a little bit of work in, and we'll help you by getting you into trades in the live trading webinar and through the email plan, time to get going, it sounds like to me. 30-day money-back guarantee. I mean, geez Louise. You know, what other career can you have the chance to do what you can do with this and be able to get involved for as little as $129? And, you know what, the only risk in this whole deal at all is the time someone invests. Now, that's very, very important. It's not always the money, it's the time. So I think
the time.
Pretty convincing that you showed that it doesn't take a lot of time if you follow the rules and get all that other stuff out of your head for the people that are coming from other places. Okay, thank you very much, Richard. We're going to...
No. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, take care, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.